Okay, we would also like to welcome Professor B. Rajashekhar, who has joined us, and I would request Professor Dr. Rehani Kazi to please felicitate Professor B. Rajashekhar with a memento and bouquet. Okay, that calls for a double celebration here. But never mind, we're all celebrating, so that goes on. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we come to a special moment for this evening. Now we come to the distribution of the certificates to the donors. And that really is a special moment for all of us on behalf of CARF. So I would take the names of the donors one by one, and we would like to give them a certificate of appreciation from behalf of CARF. Mr. Vimlanand R. Pandit. And I would like you to please give a big round of applause as I am taking the names of the donors. I would request Mr. Suresh Sharma to please hand over the certificate to Mr. Vimlanand R. Pandit. Okay, we have the Central Bank of India as one of our important donors. I would like Shri Pramod Hindu Rao to please present a certificate to the Central Bank of India for their extended contribution. Next we have Mr. Shams Deen Ahmed. And I would like to request Jafar Bhai to please present the certificate to Mr. Shams Deen Ahmed. Thank you, Mr. Shams Deen Ahmed, for your contribution. Next we have Mr. Usman S. Kazi. Mr. Usman S. Kazi, I would like to request Professor Dr. Rehani Kazi to please present the certificate to Mr. Usman S. Kazi for his contribution. Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause. Moving on, we have Mr. M.T. Murugan for his contribution, and I would request Mrs. Ratu Dastur to please present a certificate to Mr. M.T. Murugan. I think he is not there with us. He'll be joining us. Ma'am, please take your seat. Sorry for the inconvenience. Next, we have Messrs. Reliance Capital Limited as one of our donors, and I would request Shri R.K. Dubey to please present a certificate to Messrs. Reliance Capital Limited. I think we don't have them here. Moving on, we have Messrs. Indian Shipping Private Limited. I'd request Mr. Hassan Chogli to present a certificate to them. Okay, Mr. Chogli is just missing for a moment. We request Shri R.K. Dubey to please hand over Messrs. Indian Shipping Private Limited. Thank you so much for your contribution. Moving on to Mr. Swapnil Anand Mainak, I would request Dr. Raj Tendulkar to hand over the certificate to Mr. Swapnil Anand Mainak. He is not with us. Moving on to Mr. Pankaj Anandji Gada and Mrs. Nalini Pankaj Gada. Are they with us? They couldn't make it. Next on my list, Dr. Om Prakash Agarwal, the principal of English High School. Okay, on behalf of Dr. Om Prakash Agarwal, we have the lady. I would request Dr. Raj Tendulkar to give the certificate to Dr. Om Prakash Agarwal, Principal English High School. Next we have on the list is Mr. Vijay J. Mane. Do we have Mr. Mane with us? I think we don't have him. We have someone coming on behalf of... No, nobody's come on behalf of him. We move on to Messrs. Intas Biopharmaceuticals Limited. And I would request Mr. Shravan Rathore to please present the certificate to Messrs. Intas Biopharmaceuticals Limited. Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause. We have Messrs. Prince Marine Transport Services Private Limited. I would request Professor Dr. Rehan A. Kazi. Dr. Kazi, stay back. We have somebody from Messrs. Intas Biopharmaceuticals Limited. Can we have a big round of applause for their contribution? Thank you so much. Can we have the certificate, please? Thank you, Dr. Kazi. We have next Tanzeem Educational and Welfare Society. do we have someone from Tanzim Educational and Welfare Society? I would request Professor A. Kazi to please give away the certificate. No, they are not been here. We have Mrs. Lalita Ganeshan. We have her. I would request Mrs. Rashida Kazi to give away the certificate to Mrs. Lalita Ganeshan. Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause for Mrs. Ganeshan. Thank you so much for your contribution. Ladies and gentlemen, Mrs. Lalita Ganeshan is a cancer survivor, and in front of me, she stands smiling and very, very confident. A big round of applause for this extremely brave lady. Thank you, Mrs. Kazi. Thank you, Mrs. Ganeshan. Last but not the least, we have the principal from Aksa Girls High School. She is already there. I would request Mrs. Dastoor to give away the certificate to the lady. Aksa Girls High School. Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause. Thank you, Mrs. Dastoor. Ladies and gentlemen, मैं एक बार चाहूँगी एक बार जोरदार तालियां हो जाए for all our donors who couldn't make it also, but for their thought, for their contribution, and for their support. It will be highly acknowledged all the time in our hearts. We have with us Mr. Sandeep Darpel, CMD from Mind Design with us, and we would like to felicitate Mr. Sandeep Darpel. Dr. Professor Rehan Kazi, we would like you to felicitate Sandeep Darpel, CMD Mind Design. Welcome, sir. Thank you for being a part of this evening. Let me tell you, Mr. Sandeep Darpel has designed the biography of Professor A. Kazi. He has been associated with the book, so a big round of applause for his support and contribution to the book. Thank you so much, sir. Now, moving on from the distribution of certificates to our donors to the checks to the cancer patients, which CAF has always done on the foundation day. So ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to take the patient's name one by one, and please come up to take the checks. We have Master Vishnu Manoj Kumar Agrahari. I'd request Mr. Amod Sharma to give away the check to Master Vishnu Manoj Kumar Agrahari. एक बार जोरदार तालियां हो जाए, ladies and gentlemen, for this small boy. बेटा उस तरफ. Big round of applause. Master Vishnu Manoj Kumar Agrahari. We pray for his well-being. We pray for his lovely smile always. Thank you. We have Master Vishal B. Kamble. तालियों की आवाज कम नहीं होनी चाहिए, ladies and gentlemen, they need it. इनसे भी उनको किसी तरीके की खुशी मिल रही है. I would request M.V. Tanksale to please give away the check to Master Vishal B. Kamble.